We're following breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ from the NBA. The Trailblazers have traded Damien Lillard to the Bucks as part of a three-team blockbuster with the Suns. Our NBA insider Bill Ryder reports. Portland receives Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, an unprotected first-round pick in 2019, and swap rights per multiple reports, while Phoenix lands 4 players, including Grayson Allen and Yusuf Nurkic. Now, Dame's move to Milwaukee comes as a big surprise. Lillard had repeatedly made it clear he wanted to be traded to Miami, but Portland didn't like the Heat's offer, leading to a months-long standoff. Now he joins Giannis with the Bucks, making them instant favorites in the Eastern Conference and to win an NBA title. As you look at the full trade details, the three-team swap for Lillard, who now heads to Milwaukee. All right, let's welcome in NBA writer Bill Ryder, who joins us from the palatial Newark Airport here to discuss this trade. Bill, the first thing I'll ask you is, how surprised are you that now Lillard going to Milwaukee?
It's a shocker, Jeremy, because I certainly had not spoken to anybody around the NBA who had mentioned this as a possibility, and people around the league like to gossip. But if something could be shocking and intuitive at the same time, it makes sense. Milwaukee's an organization. John Horst is a GM who is under massive pressure to make sure Giannis Antetokounmpo stays happy, that they win this upcoming year, that it's not Giannis a summer from now. We're talking about the way we have nonstop Damien Lillard. So there's no doubt that I did not see this coming, and the folks that I've talked to in the last 20 minutes did not see this coming. It's a bit of a surprise, but it does fit the model of a team that wouldn't be the Miami Heat, and that is an organization under pressure, trying to keep a superstar happy in a market that can win now, but probably can't win, or most likely will have trouble winning if they lose the pieces they already have.
All right, so in terms of what he adds to this team, what does he bring to Milwaukee in terms of what they gave up to get him?
Look, I love it for both sides. And I think for the Milwaukee Bucks, first and foremost, you're adding a superstar with the second best or the best or the third best player in the NBA in Giannis. Look, Drew Holiday's still there. Chris Middleton's still there. This is still a team, if they're healthy enough, that have a window right now to compete in the Eastern Conference before you add Damien Lillard. Lillard is obviously a prolific scorer who can go out and get buckets on his own. That takes a lot of pressure off of Giannis. And one of the things teams would try to do, Jeremy, is just make Giannis shoot, right? Try to take away the middle of the paint. Don't allow him to facilitate, make other guys beat you. And as good as the players around him are, they weren't that level of star. And there were times where maybe that Bucks offense would stall a little bit. He can just give the rock to Damien Lillard. Good luck stopping that guy and stopping Giannis. So it's a great fit for Milwaukee, and I think they are instant, not just contenders, they were that. I think they're instant favorites if everybody's healthy in the Eastern Conference now.
Yeah, taking a look at the FanDuel odds, I mean, just for the NBA title, their odds shot up to plus 380 this afternoon after news of that trade came through. What about, as we look at the odds for the NBA Finals, now down to 360 with the Nuggets next at plus 430. Then you have the Celtics at plus 480, and then Phoenix, who is also part of this deal, sitting there at 6-1. Now, Bill, I want to ask you about the other teams involved in this. Portland receiving Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, and that unprotected first-round pick. What does this deal mean for them?
I like it for Portland, and I think it shows a lot of fortitude to play chicken with the Miami Heat and with maybe to a degree Damian Lillard, Jeremy, because Dame's a pro, and he wasn't going to do to that organization what, say, James Harden did and make it ugly, right? Pull this into the mud. For Portland, it does a few things. DeAndre Ayton was obviously a #1 overall pick. I think people still believe he can be a massive talent. We saw flashes of him being really, really good with the Suns. He just didn't fit anymore, even with the new coaching reality in that locker room, in that situation. He wanted a change. He did. If you're Portland, you get that level of talent. It's hard to recruit that to Portland, Oregon. And I think it's worth noting that the first-round picks and the first-round pick swaps are far enough down the line that it may not excite fans, because it's, you're talking 28, 29, 30. But the reality is that Milwaukee's not a place that is likely to be a successful basketball franchise once Giannis is gone. And while there's no guarantees, that is 4 years from now at the early end. And almost everyone you talk to thinks by that point, Giannis is very likely probably playing somewhere else. And when that day comes, that team's probably not very good. That makes those picks very valuable. I think it's very forward-thinking by Portland. They get something now, and they get something down the line. I know it's a long ways from now that I think could have a lot of value when we get there.
Our Bill Ryder joining us from the Newark Airport, hopping on quickly to discuss Damian Lillard's trade from Portland to Milwaukee. Always great to have you along, Bill. Thanks very much for joining us for this quick one. In terms of the trade details, here you go. The Milwaukee Bucks, surprising everyone. Guys in our newsroom were as shocked as anyone to hear that Damien Lillard, now a member of the Milwaukee Bucks for the Trailblazers. You see what they received. We just talked about it. Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Shabani Kamara, and the first-round pick and 2 pick swaps. The Suns, for their part, get 4 players out of it. Yusuf Nurkic, Nasir Little, Grayson Allen, Keon Johnson.